Hello Stitchlings, welcome to Season 1, Episode 1 of Kikis Oddities. Today's episode is called Silly Bones. Before we get into it, and before I show you all the amazing things that I have a parcel that I've received off a dear friend of mine called Federico. Federico owns his own small business making spiritual, Wiccan, Viking items such as necklaces, pendants, and all that great stuff. Everything that he makes is made from basically like woodwork. So he'll go out and gather the wood. He will then obviously sand it down and begin the process of turning it into a necklace or a different type of object. A lot of his work contains using different types of woods, which he will then engrave with spiritual can't quite think of the word for it, like spiritual letterings. So let's begin. The first item that I have received is this beautiful necklace. It's made from cherry wood, and he has engraved it. I think it's like a burning iron. He has burnt down the letterings on it. So included in this, he has actually given me two pieces of paper. Now they contain the definitions of everything that is on the pendants, which I thought was absolutely extraordinary. So on the necklace it states Raven and Wolf, which you can see. I will include better photos so you can see it. And it shows you for what each letter actually means. So like I said, I will include the photos so I can show you clearer. So here we have Raven and Wolf, and it is absolutely stunning. Like I said, he makes all of this himself. Let's go ahead and put it on. Beautiful. I feel like this stuff is lovely because not a lot of people you see out and about wears anything quite this special. He has also included another item here, which is the birth rune of Kiki and the birth rune of Tetley, obviously our lovely Tetley tea. And he's also included two other things, which is the 2 crescents moon and the 3 crescents moon. So here we have mine. So like I said, he goes out, he gathers the wood, and then he makes them all himself. So because of my birth date, I have 2 birth runes. Humanity's rune and the rune of water. So on this side we have the I think it's pronounced Hanaz human, which is the humanities rune, and then the other side is the water or lake, so it's the rune of water, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. Here's Mr. Tetley's. So his on this side is possession and hereditary land, the rune of home, family and acquisition. And on this side we have the rune of transformation. And all of his work, like I said, is absolutely beautifully done. It is completely handmade, and he does all this himself, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So the other 2 items that he includes is it's this one. So this one is the rune of love and forgiveness, which is the 2 crescents moon. Absolutely stunning. And then we have this one, which is the 3 crescent moon, which is for protection and opportunity. Absolutely stunning. Now that we have gone through that, I will make sure that there is obviously information for Federico, so you can contact him if you would like to see anything that he makes. I definitely tell you, go and check out his stuff. It is beautiful, and you don't just find this stuff anywhere. And obviously I imagine that anyone can do it, but I imagine having someone that is Wiccan making your items with such power and strength is completely different. So I urge you all to definitely go and check him out and to support his small business. Right? Like I said, welcome to episode 1 of Kiki's Oddities. The first item we have, I actually found this when I was on holiday. We'd gone to the beach, and the first bone that I had... Before I get into it, I would just like to throw out a disclaimer. Some of the items you may see may be distressing and cause upset in some people. If you do not wish to see any bones or hear about... Obviously, I have one that is very, very special and has actually come from, we believe, a child. So if any of these scenes are unsettling or you find them to be distressing, please look away. There will be other videos in the future for you to catch on, but I would just like to put that warning out there. So the first bone that I have found is this one. Now this is actually quite unique. It's very, very water washed, which means normally at the top of bones you see these little holes, and you can't actually see a lot of them. There's not a lot of detailing in it, which means it has just been washed over with the water, the sand, the rocks, and it's essentially sanded it down. So we have this one. As you can see, there's actually a cut in it, which means that this bone has been, it's essentially from a slaughterhouse. When meat is taken from an animal, they then discard the bones because they have no need for it. So they have obviously discarded it, and it's ended up in the ocean and then ended up all the way in Northumberland. So you can actually see where it's been cut, where it was sawn here, and it is very flush, so it is completely sanded down, but it is absolutely stunning. This is probably come from, I believe it'd probably be like a cow. Regardless, it's absolutely beautiful. It's obviously a shame that it has ended up in the water, but it's safe with me. I will look after it and obviously take very, very good care of it. So its legacy shall live on. But that is the first one, and it is absolutely stunning. I'll include photos after so you can see the proper detailing of them. Now the second and third bones that I actually have been found in my own back garden. Mr. Tetley T is currently renovating it, and he has found them. We don't know where they've come from, what they are from. We imagine it'd be from a dog or a cat. However, the area that they have been found, no one has been up there properly in over 40 years. So there are no animals that have been buried up there by us. My nan has lived in this house close to 40 years and has never buried anything up there. Where we have also had them, it cannot be accessed from the other side, so we know no one's just dumped them there. So we actually have no clue who these belong to. So the first one we have is quite unique because, like the cow one, it has been sawn. However, because it's been under dirt, it's not actually been water washed, so you can actually see the detailing inside of the bones, which I thought was actually really, really cool. Because whereas on this one, you can't see them because it's been sanded down so much. So this is the first one that we found. You can see the cartilage inside. And it is, like I said, it's just so weird because it's not actually, it's just been cut. And imagine if it was an animal that had been buried, it would have either been bigger, I imagine, because I don't think they just have a bone of that size and that shape. It is so unusual. There is a small chip in it. But yeah, I've not been able to find anyone to be able to identify it yet. If you have any ideas or suggestions what you think it is, please let me know. I have asked a group of bone identifiers, but they currently haven't gotten back to me yet. I think no one quite knows where it's come from. It is obviously very, very hard, as you'd expect it to be. And the inside is kind of spongy. It's not fully spongy, but obviously it's been buried for a very, very long time, I'm assuming, so there is obviously some decay to it. But yeah, that is the second bone. The third bone is more typically what you would expect to find in a bone. So this is the largest one that I own, and it's also quite heavy. So we have this one. Once again, I'm imagining this has come from a cat or a dog. However, the bone is completely broke, which is very, very odd. So when Mr. Tetley found this bone, there was no other bones around it, which leads me to believe this animal's probably been in an accident before it was buried, and it had obviously sustained a really, really bad injury to one of its bones. I'm going to assume it's probably a leg bone. I'm assuming this is the part where it would connect to the hip or the shoulders. So yeah, you can see there inside it's got all the little holing, and it has clearly been very, very badly damaged. We've not currently found any of the other bones that go to this animal. We've only found this one. And because of the colour difference, it leads me to believe that this bone has actually been buried a lot longer. So I don't think they're from the same animal, because the difference in the colour, the difference in the shape, and the fact that this one has been so perfectly cut compared to this one, I don't believe they're from the same animal. So this is the other side, which I would believe has been connected to the hips or the shoulders. It has got a small chip in it there, which is also very, very weird. But like I said, you can see the hole in it. It's very, very unique. I will include, obviously, like I said, photos of all of these so you can see them in much more detail. There's only so much that my phone camera can do, it's awful. But yeah, you can just see where it's absolutely been torn apart, which is so, so weird. Now, the last bone of my Silly Bones collection, once again, this is very, very sensitive now. This, I believe, due to the size and the evidence on the bone, I do believe it belongs to a child between the ages of 4 and 5. A child's kneecap bone typically calcifies properly at the age of 5. So before that, it is just cartilage. It is not hard, it's squishy, it's still growing. Now, my uncle actually brought me this. I have always been completely obsessed and wowed by human patella bones, which is the kneecap bone. So he has gone on a company's website called Skulls Unlimited. They're essentially like not a museum. I suppose you could kind of say it's like a museum for bones in Wisconsin. So it's come all the way from there. This is the logo. I will include their information in the description as well, in case you'd like to go check out some of their stuff. So as you can see on the packet, it says real human patella. So this is my most prized possession. Here we have an actual human patella bone. Now, I am 23, so I can tell you that my kneecap is about this size and it's about that wide. Now, it is very, very small. Like I said, my kneecap's about that long. This is absolutely tiny. My eldest child is 3, and his kneecaps are just a tiny bit smaller than this, so I do believe it's between the ages of 4 and 5. Now, on this part, you can actually see these little ridges, which leads me to believe that the bone hadn't fully calcified before this child has passed away. So I do believe that they are between the ages of 4 and 5. It's a grade A bone, which means there is no issues with the bone like osteoporosis, and it is very, very healthy. Obviously, a lot of people will look at this and think, oh my god, that's really, really distressing. However, I think it is quite beautiful. Obviously, if it is a child that has passed, their bones and body was donated to science, which means that these things are available to the public to buy, especially if they want to learn more about them. So obviously I have this bone. It is going to go in a glass box with a velvet pillow that I'm going to make myself. I will treasure it for all of eternity, and it is completely safe with me. But I absolutely love it. You can see here the little groove where the other bones would sit, here and here. This is the part that'd be on the outside, so you could feel it. If you feel your kneecap now, this is the part that would be on the outside, and it essentially moves like that when you bend your knee. But it is absolutely gorgeous. It is stunning, and it's very, very smooth, very hard. I don't want to press it too hard, obviously, because I don't want to cause any damage to it. But yeah, this is my last bone. I'm thinking we need to name it. I feel like it was probably a little girl. Obviously, I could be completely wrong. We can't tell the gender off a kneecap bone. However, I would like to give her a name. So I am open to suggestions. I am going to go and obviously invest in buying more of these real bones because I believe that they all hold a story, and obviously it is very, very kind of these parents or these adults to donate their bones to science so we can learn more about them. It's educational and it provides knowledge to other people who want to learn more about the human body and what we are like on the inside. So there we go. There is my human patella bone. So far in total I have 4 different types of bones. All different, all I'm imagining from different creatures or humans, and they are all absolutely stunning. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below and ask me. Name suggestions are being welcome for my kneecap. And yes, this is episode 1, Silly Bones. I will be doing more episodes as I gather more unusual stuff. Before I'd like to end the video, I actually have another piece of art that was commissioned to me off a friend. Now, this friend of mine is called Leah, and she knows just how much I love patella bones, so I'm going to present to you something that she made for me. One moment. This is my very own patella bone that she made for me. So obviously this would be an adult patella bone. This is probably about the same size as mine. Just about. Mine's a little bit smaller. But she has handmade this herself, so it's not actually bone. I'm not sure what she used for it. Obviously there's paint, I'm assuming some type of clay, and she has completely handmade it herself. You can see all the detailing, the colouring of it, and then she's also added a jelly tongue to it, which makes it even more freaky, but I absolutely love it. So here we have a side-by-side comparison of a real human patella bone and the one that she has made just for me. You can see they're very actually similar in shape, just this one being a lot bigger. So there you go. This is another one of my absolute prized possessions. So I will also include her detailing down below in case you would like to go and check out her work. Please do go and have a look at Federico's as well. And I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, a comment, and subscribe to me if you haven't already for more of Kiki's Odd Oddities. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you very soon. Bye!